There you go. You can hear us now.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Howdy. Welcome to episode Pendragon Age of Year 490. 490, part one. So glad to be back. This is the first time streaming back in the new. Now that I moved, that's why it took so long to get started. A lot of hardware. Apparently, that's what it does. It's been so long since I've used anything by default that I just sorry about
Mm.
that. But we're good to go. Everything's fixed. Ready to rumble. Colin, who are you?
Hi, I'm Colin Volcanet, and I am going to be playing Sir Gareth of Winterborn Gunnet. And what about you, Jim?
Yeah, I am Jim Davis. I am going to be playing Sir Erwin of Cholderton, who's 5 years has really done a number on us. And yeah, these are accelerated years, right? Like,
yeah, it's been a while.
Right.
So I've been trying to average a pace sessions. Why it's been a loud ride until. Anyways, we're back and we want to get started. The way we always like to get started is with a poem. So I kind of go scour the internet stuff for poems that I think would be helpful. And I actually landed on one of the. I would like to tell me about a complicated muse. Tell me how he wandered, wrecked where he went, suffered in how he worked life, failed to keep sun god's cattle, kept them from home. Now, goddess, god of Zeus, tell us the old mind. Wish I had that for the very.
Mm.
Feels good. Good to get back. This is a renaissance stuff. This
Mm-hmm.
2020 back here. All right, so let's get started. Opening scene. Let's set the stage here in our fair Father Tathan is preoccupied with ceremony. He's, of course, Lady Ellen has passed away.
mm,
So he hasn't been around all week. Also, due to the preoccupation, Fullerton hasn't. So I have a
yeah.
couple questions. Lapse of spiritual guidance. Would you have sought out a priest for the time being to help you and maybe up, not just to get hard times and Christmas passes?
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of British Christians amongst the peasantry. There's no need to go disrupting things around Christmas.
Oh, gotta have mass. How do you
Certainly.
how do you concentrate?
Certainly, yeah.
Right? That's a big.
Transubstantiation, yes. Yeah, requires a priest. He can't do it. The alderman can't do it. Yep. So yeah, he would seek someone out.
You would have sought someone out. Okay, cool. So let's see what that kind of looks like. Give me a courtesy check. You're basically just happening to borrow a priest. This sort of represents borrowing.
Sure. It's not Childerton must rank pretty low on the get them fill all vacancies priority list.
I would think, but Father Tathan, the head of Church of Sarb now.
Mm-hmm.
While he's no bishop, that's not as good as you can.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that role right there is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, this makes perfect. So you're able to get a priest. Father Tathan sends you words. I have good and bad news. Right.
Mm.
Well, the good news is that I think I can set something up with you. Trade. But
Mhm.
the downside here is the only priest available right now is one that nobody wants.
Oh God.
His name is Father Caradig, and Father
Caradig?
Caradig is you know what? Let's just save it for when he.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If Erwin doesn't know, then Jim doesn't know.
No.
Yeah. Like, all right, that's a fair trade. How bad could it be? You know. He thinks to himself optimistically. All right. And he'll await the arrival of this odious priest.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So, but also like in this time, you probably have the right back to Father Tate and stuff. And so I wanted to ask you real quick. What I want to talk to you about your plans this with regards to Colwyn, regards to Father Tate, which means a plan has to start
Yeah.
taking root here.
Yes, it certainly does.
Father Tate says that perhaps like the funeral, like everyone will be back for the death of Ellen, so that arrange some time.
That's what he's hoping. I'm thinking this winter is when he starts writing to Lady Grade, if they will, if the nunnery will accept any kind. I mean, he can't write or read. He's going to have a scribe do it, unless right. At least.
Well, the reason for that also is that your priest would be your scribe.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And you don't have one right now.
That's true. Oh God.
Yeah,
and he's yeah, okay. Father Tathan's elsewhere. Yeah, he'll hire a scribe. That's
Unless
fine.
you want to use. I mean, technically, Colin has a handmaiden. If you want to use her, I don't think you.
I don't know that I do. Yeah. No, I mean, like, given the the political and sort of social climate, what I'm kind of trying to judge what how Erwin approaches this, because in Erwin's mind, like, the best outcome is that Colwyn serves as a knight in his household. However, he cannot afford to have like a household knight, nor is she, nor is they up to, like, they need some training, I take it. Because he does feel some bit of loyalty, but if they're not willing to bear children, then he can't see this continuing. So his plan is to get in touch with Lady Grade to start maybe make use of one of his flirtatious or romantic traits, and the other would be to find some place for Colwyn to present a case to the Earl for dissolving this union. If the I guess if the I don't know, do we need to talk to the bishop? I don't know if we care about that kind of stuff. I know that Erwin doesn't necessarily. He'd see it more as a political thing than religious. Does that give you an idea of what his first move is?
Yeah. So I guess the question here is, like, what would Colwyn want in this situation, right? And so, like, one thing I was just thinking is that, like, Colwyn wants to be a knight more than anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you could set up a situation where you could basically have a priest annul this marriage, and then them being a knight somewhere else. So having that kind of something like that set up for Colwyn would work out pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Colwyn's family would be super against this,
right?
Because they want Colwyn to be as traditional as possible. However, that's not what Colin wants, and Colin would love to be a knight. If that means serving somewhere else, like, Colin would not be a mercenary, or wouldn't be like a mercenary knight who's going to be wandering around in
right.
service. Like, obviously, they have a good thing going here, and despite how much they hate being like a steward, they're not going to give that up in exchange for sleeping in huts and
sure, certainly
one step above a bandit, basically.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that outcome either. And I meant what I said to them. There would always be a place at the manor for them, if they wished. But he's thinking more of his legacy, his the point of this whole thing. Um,
Yeah.
and so, but he wants to do right by them. So yeah, that's what he'd like. He might approach the Earl with just float the idea by it.
Okay. Let's have that real quick.
Mhm.
So this is probably the same trip of you going back to Sarm sometime in the winter, right? Um, it's a tough time to talk to the Earl, obviously.
Yeah, I bet.
The Earl is strangely content, but perhaps maybe that's just how he grieves.
Mhm.
Right? He's very stoic. And so he says, son of Cholderton, good friend Erwin, Father Tathan has been talking about you incessantly.
I hope it's pleasant to your ears, my lord.
That's the funny thing, and he actually like strokes his beard a little bit. He says, it's melodical. Father Tathan has a kind of a gift with words and song.
Indeed.
I think he will do very well for whatever eulogy he has prepared for my late wife.
I hope so. It will be very moving.
That's good. It's fitting for her. Now, how can I help you?
I hate to trouble you with matters mundane, but I have for 2 years been without a spouse who will bear me children. And while I have no quarrel with Colin, and they are a fine steward learning, their heart isn't in it. Their heart is in, well, it's in a breastplate cased in chainmail and atop a horse. If you catch my meaning, they would rather be riding knee to knee than, well, I'll get right to it. I wish to do right by them and secure them a squireship somewhere, and in time employ them in my household while Father Tathan helps arrange a marriage for myself and Lady Grade. I sense we will need strong borders and many knights in the years to come.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. He remembers, but Eric doesn't. Which house Colin belonged to?
Wilsford. Of Wilsford, I have it somewhere in here.
Wilsford's the family home of who? I think they were. No.
I just have Colin of Wilsford.
Hold on. Apparently, I'm still quiet somehow. I don't know. It's only Zoom. I am low. What the hell?
I can hear you just fine on my end.
Yeah, like
same.
Zoom's saying everything's fine. I'm like peaking, but I'm quiet.
Is it the OBS levels?
Yeah, the OBS levels are saying I'm like around minus 30 decibels, which is like a little bit above background music.
Weird. And can you? I don't know. I'm not gonna.
Maybe they're saying it's gonna be okay. I'm good. Some other people say I'm good. I'm quieter than Jim and Colin, but I can hear me okay. It's one of those things where it's a new setup, and I get the kinks out for the new place. I'm sorry about that. We're just gonna have to. I don't know. Maybe I can raise my gain a little bit. There? I don't know. I don't know if that's better or not, but I don't know. Oh well, this is what it is. I'll also talk louder.
C'est la vie, c'est la guerre.
Yeah. Anyways, I couldn't find. Where's Colin on my list? Status. Select all. Roll. Select all. Honest to God, they're not showing up in this list. What is going on? This is like I'm like cursed today.
Yep.
Go my notes. Vassal Knight, Bachelor, Steward. Melangel. Oh, there's Colin. Orwin's wife. There we go. Colwyn. God damn it. Okay. This is like the worst. That's fine.
That's fine. What do we got?
Well, it's not Berwick St. James. It's Winterbourne Stoke. There's Stoke. So that falls under House Bryant.
Mm.
Very quiet. Okay. Okay, yeah. So the family of House Stoke, Sir Bryant will not, as the patriarch of it, will not be very happy with his. I mean, I don't even know if they admit that, if they recognize that Colwyn's non-binary.
Yeah.
I think they just call her.
Mm-hmm. That was my impression
Yeah.
from the just short description we got of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like I mean, they'd be pretty pissed.
Oh, yeah.
How like start a feud, a raid pissed, or like pay an indemnity pissed?
That's probably gonna require like you meeting with them, but we can like
Gotcha.
flash back to arrange that. They're not gonna like duel you and this turn into a blood feud. Like that's out of the question. But whether that's a payment or something like that, yeah, that could be done.
Yeah,
Not
gotcha.
honor duel piss. No.
Yeah.
They will blame you for like enabling her, right? Her fantasies.
Oh, sure. I'm not sure that Erwin.
And anyways, the big thing here is that Earl Roderick is willing to screw over. Basically, he's willing to screw over them for a minute, just to help you out here, because Earl Roderick could use more knights right now.
Okay.
So he tells you, well, desperate times do cause for desperate measures, my friend. If you've received news, then you're surely going to hear about it during Easter. We're going to war this year.
Against
Yosa and Octa, the brothers.
Yes.
Apparently, this is with Gorlois finally coming to fight. We're gonna have the biggest army the world's ever seen. We'll smash those Saxon bastards once and for all. How does that sound, Erwin?
We shall repel them. It will be glorious.
Well, if it's all the same to you, then I would like it if your former partner rode alongside and fought in this battle. Test their mettle and leave it on the combat. Leave it to God. Leave it to all of us to judge. Let them fight. So it's up to you to make sure they are ready.
I will.
Good. I'll handle their annoying parents.
Thank you, my lord.
Cool. So he's gonna run interference. So
Cool.
as long as she demonstrates, or they demonstrate themselves enough in combat, you'll be good. And also, like, so you also heard that apparently, like, someone's writing verses about you. Father Tathan's writing verses about you.
About Erwin?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, all right. That's what I thought that first one.
Yeah.
That's the first part. Yeah.
Oh, Gareth is going to be
apparently
jealous.
it's pretty fucking good too. Like that's,
Okay. Well, I don't know. Would his modesty allow him to seek out?
I don't know. That's a question for the priest. Colin, thanks for being patient, buddy.
Yeah, no worries.
You're pillaged by Saxons. Oh,
cool.
nice.
Yeah. No,
right.
that's great.
Okay.
Definitely how he wanted to spend his convalescence.
Yeah. So can you test sword in battle and valor for me? I like doing these little abbreviated ones for this stuff. Technically, by the book, it just says that you do it and you just get a little perk here. But, I mean, you're fighting, so you should get some tests here. So fighting, valorous, battle, and sword, I suppose. I can't hear anyone.
I was muted.
I'm muted.
Oh, you're muted. Oh, we're just all muted. I panicked. I'm like, look, I've had so many problems today, so many more than normal that I'm freaking out. Okay.
I just didn't want the mouth smack noises.
Oh yeah, we're good. Okay, look at that. 3 successes. No fear. Awesome.
No fear.
Cool.
Perhaps this is like, again, it's kind of what was the last thing that happened to Garrus? He got embarrassed at that tournament by young him.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. So.
Oh my God. Elad.
Yeah.
He won the tournament.
He won the tournament, and he was not as good as Gareth. And Gareth has been mulling over that. So yeah, killing some.
He takes it out on the Saxons.
It's the British way.
It's a way for sure. That's
I think
not disputable.
I love this. Every time we've had these moments of humility for Gareth, they've almost always followed by an opportunity for him to be a violent bully. He just reaffirms the shitty person that he is every time.
Mm-hmm. So would you say that you're being particularly violent here?
Yes.
Right, because you're like taking this out on it.
Yeah.
So
Gareth is perhaps reminded of all that he has at stake now, and he's like, no, this is mine, and I will murder anyone who tries to take it from me.
Absolutely. So I think that's going to be a check to cruel.
Okay. Oh man, I remember when that was a 10, and now we're pushing 14.
That's fine. All right, so I need you to do 2 things for me. I need you to roll a d6.
Okay. D6. 4.
Okay, cool. Add 6 to that, and that's the amount of fate that you're earning added to this year for being pillaged. But because you're so successful, and you succeeded with 3 successes here in this challenge, go ahead and roll 2d6.
8.
So you're going to reduce that 10 by 8. And
cool.
by doing that, 2. So I'm going to modify the manorial charts here, the calculations. So you will be getting Winterborn Gunnet. We're getting not income, yearly events. You're getting a +2 to your misfortune this year.
All right, not so bad.
In the ensuing battle, your village wise woman passes away, ensuring that you get an additional +2 fate. In addition, you're going to be required to make 2 additional justice events because this person can't handle, they're not there anymore.
Yeah, all right.
So don't worry about that now. Just make a note that that's going to happen in the winter phase. Okay.
I think this is a year where, because last year Gareth spent a lot of time at the mansion in the city home, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that was his plan this year too. And he just keeps getting called out to Winterborn Gunnet with all this shit that he's not really happy dealing with.
Oh, definitely not.
Oh, he's having a rough year already. I love it.
Yeah. So it's not great. Okay. Time wipe. After that, Countess Ellen's funeral. So this is a little bit before Easter. The reason why this has to be before Easter is because you're not having Easter in Sarm this year. You're having Easter in Warwick because all the knights and everybody have to get set up there to get ready to assemble for the war in the spring or in the summer.
Mm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, the funeral, almost, I wouldn't say like everyone in Salisbury comes, but anyone who's anyone definitely comes, providing condolences. Uther, regrettably, cannot come, and says basically like, hey, just show up to, when you come to Easter, I'll make it up to you. But with the battle and everything like that, I can't spare it. And, the Earl takes this with stride. That's totally understandable given the circumstances. But otherwise, pretty much all of the bishops around, all the different various abbots are here. any noble, even the nobles of Lovecamagus show up. Your nearby neighbors to Silchester, they arrive here as well to pay their respects. Particularly, the steward of Lovecamagus is here to pay their respects, who had a long, well-known affection for Countess Ellen.
Mm.
Basically, feel free to mingle, navigate, tell me what you want to do here. Otherwise, things will go on. Here's a chance to give like a nice speech and stuff, or remembrance, or make the Earl or Lady Ellen look good for glory. Jim, don't forget that you have free time to spend with Lady Grade here. You can just reward that.
Yeah.
Basically, you have prayer time that they've arranged where you're going to just happen to be in the same sanctuary at the same time.
Sure. He'll. That's mostly what he'll focused on at this point. Okay. Is just meeting with Lady Grade and
seeing where that's going to go. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Colin?
I'm wondering how cold-blooded Gareth is in terms of like an opportunity to hobnob and like do some of his usual. I honestly don't know, because this is his liege lord's wife is now dead.
Yes.
So I'm gonna roll the loyalty to Lord to see like.
Let me spin it some more, because I think this might help you. The rumor, because loyalty to the Lord is absolutely like something that would help you here, but to give you a little bit more context of what's going on, like the current rumor is that the steward, Sir Blaine's, right, of Lovecamagus, is apparently responsible for the murder of Lady Ellen. Basically, if I can't have her, no one can.
Wait, isn't my the guy that Gareth fell in love with? Isn't he from Lovecamagus?
Yeah, he's here.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, yeah, no, I think Gareth is putting on his trench coat and doing some internal monologuing. Okay. I think Gareth is going to talk to a very kind of noir moment. Talk to his former lover and be like, I for my lord and for my unfortunes, if we're being honest, I need to find out how she died, like who is actually at fault here, because that's currency right there.
You have a lot of nerve talking to me after what we did. Oh, that's good. Okay.
So yeah, that's what
we'll always have Sarum. Yeah. Okay.
He's the one who broke it off too.
I know. No, absolutely. Okay. No, I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah. So you want to talk to them. So if you want to intrigue with them, give yourself a +5 bonus for being related to them. Like, not relate. You know what I mean?
Yes, right? I get it. Got it.
Having a relationship.
Okay. Do you want me to roll that now?
Yeah, totally. Because this will inform it. Again, like failure doesn't mean you don't learn anything. You just will get different results.
I succeeded.
Yeah, your intrigue is very good.
I've been every year I add a little bit to it.
You've had to. You've been building up here. Perfect. Okay. So he's willing to tell you the truth here. And he says, one of the reasons why my liege is here is hope to stem off whatever war might be coming. Sir Blaine's wants to admit that he did not do it. And I believe him. Now. And this is where your real success comes in, because you would have learned that regardless. The real success here is that I've been hearing my own strange stories coming out of my old friends from around here. Apparently the Earl did his own wife in. Something about not delivering a son. I don't know, but I wouldn't pass that. It's very unsubstantiated.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a spicy meatball right there.
Basically, he is here to figure out if that's true, if there's validity to it.
Okay. Gareth can work with that.
He
Gareth
knows,
can work with that.
He knows the word in the street is that Sir Blaine's murdered them out of jealousy, right? That no one can have her. However, there's been a counter narrative, which is Earl Roderick murdered his own wife because he could not produce a son, or she could not produce a son.
Yeah, okay. Either of those, I think, in Gareth's mind, his lizard brain works. If he can't pin it on Sir Blaine's,
Okay, yeah.
right, that's fine, because blackmailing your liege lord can get you some choice cuts.
In fact, he has a lot to say to you. I say this pronounced he because I don't remember his name.
It was he and no.
Anirian. It's Anirian.
Yeah, yes. I still have the passion.
Oh, good. So, Anirian is actually really interested in hearing what happened with the disease last year. That went through here. And he thinks that might have actually, because remember, Lady Ellen got sick from that. And that maybe that was supposed to be like an attempt. Like this was supposed to be a murderous attempt. And he knows that you weren't here, obviously, in court when this happened, but you were around, and whether or not you have any information, and you really don't, but you could lie to him if you wanted to. But
I'm gonna roll my love for Anirion to see whether or not this is Gareth's Achilles heel in his normal calculating self.
Sure. He obviously needs your help, and you're willing to say
but yeah. Gareth spills all the beans. Like,
yeah,
I think
all the details.
Yeah, I think we start the scene. Gareth is his usual cold, somewhat standoffish self. But he very quickly is like, fine, well, why don't we step over to the library and I'll get some wine. And he tries to turn it into a kind of reconnecting, and he's just talking, trying desperately to rekindle something which is very clearly not there anymore.
No. Well, I feel like that you're in a situation, you position yourself where you could like make a test to like you've been really helpful for him again, and whether or not this is like one more time for old time's sake. Is that what you're asking?
No.
Is that what you're angling here for? This is just platonic. Just I care about this person's well-being, not like in a romantic or sexual sense. It's like
it is in a romantic sense, but as I recall, Anirion cut it off pretty hard, and what I see here is Anirion has become himself a bit more of a political creature, and I think Gareth is letting his guard down, and maybe I don't know, maybe Anirion lets his down as well, but I also could see Anirion not.
I think he does, but in a way that, like, at this point, you're not sure if it's because you're close or if it's because this is the way he's lying to you. Like, he's creating this sort of false space that you could tell him anything. But with your love, you feel like this is just raw, general, honest. Like, I feel like your passion gives it to you. This is just a connection. And that right now, you're just having a very, very good heart-to-heart. And it feels good to have someone you feel like you can provide anything into an Anirion.
Yeah. I'm not afraid of Anirion the way I'm afraid of my wife.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Anirion could hurt Gareth, but Lady Elaine has like tried to kill Gareth.
Yeah, Lady Elaine has like big Cruella de Vil energy. Like just like luxurious robes, just filing stuff all the time for no reason.
I think around Lady Elaine, Gareth is the most Gareth that he can be, but around Anirion, he's the most Gareth that he wishes he were.
Holy fuck, dude. That's deep. That's good. I like it a lot. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you gain any glory for this, but I did skip up on your rewards for your pillaging, so consider this a consolatory prize. You earn 50 glory for saving your town so smashingly, as well as reducing your hatred from your peasantry by 2 for them feeling super protected.
And that the floor of that is 1. There's always 1 hatred,
no.
Or can that go to 0?
It can actually go negative, which means it will give you a benefit to your basically it will confer a benefit to your passion when you
Okay.
deem a concern for your commoners.
Okay. I
That's
think
cool.
that hits me to 0. But anyway.
Okay, if it said 0, it said 0. That's awesome. Okay, Erwin. Let's have some private time with Lady Grade. Lady Grade's wearing her simple abbot dress. She's been there for 2 years, right? So she hasn't given any vows yet, other than the first year vow, which is really like, other than hey, I'm joining your thing. You're not a full blown nun until 3 years, where you have to do like I forget a specific vow, but it's after 3 years then that you're really actually like in it. You're in for life at that point. So there's still time. So she's like wearing her, I don't know, the Boy Scout equivalent of like like first class outfit.
Right.
And she is also obviously wearing some sort of like mourning veil, right, as she's praying, a morning rosary. And she sees you come in because she's here before you,
Yeah.
and she's a little surprised, and you're not sure if that surprise is that's why she's smiling.
Mm-hmm. I will. I'll ask her how she's the nunnery finds her.
Yeah.
Or actually, never. Let's.
Warmer company than her former husband as well.
Oh, I'll. I think actually now he would apologize for interrupting her and didn't mean to just barge in.
Oh, you're so modest.
You might blush. Let's
So
see.
we haven't been writing each other.
Right. Erwin will. Erwin will just go and be direct, and I must admit there is a longing in my soul for you, Lady Grade, since
you're like right next to her, like praying, like on your knees, like imagine like you're like genuflecting in front of like an altar. Right?
Yeah, there's the whole like Hey, longing that I have been unable to shake, to satisfy, to fill. I am currently wed to a spouse who is faithful and honorable, but their heart isn't in it, and they would rather join me in the saddle on the field of battle than in maintaining a household. Will you join me in my household then, Lady Grade?
I believe this is the courtesy test.
Yeah. Let's see.
In my head, I imagine there's a point where it's like you either try to like touch her hand at this moment or like help, like you're both using the same rosary kind of situation. Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So my courtesy is my romance. If there's a way that he can swing it so that it's more romantic, as opposed to an issue of propriety.
Yeah.
We would.
Tell me how you make this more romantic then.
So,
because right now this all is like belayed under like subtext.
Yeah.
Like if somebody was watching this, like you're clearly making a play, but there's nothing you could really do other than like, oh, we're just sharing the same rosary. It's like that's why my hand's next to her.
Certainly.
In this place.
In this moment.
Right. It's not because I'm freaking in love with her,
Right. Yeah. So perhaps then, like, based on that, okay. So her comment as he walked in about her former husband, I think that Erwin's going to play a bit on that and just let's see.
Let me give you a line. Let me give you a line and see what you
set me up. Set me up.
She says, I think there's the point though, like you're still kneeling together. Your hands are kind of like like gently touching each other, like holding the top of this rosary. And I think she says, "Oh, my dear Erwin, it's just you're somebody I could have loved."
Could have. I am still quite young, and so are you. What has happened?
What has happened? Life has sent us on different paths, and I'm afraid that while we might have a great time walking down the same one together. I'm afraid that, and she like looks away from you and kind of like
Afraid that
a
what?
little bit of a distance from you, right? And she doesn't finish her sentence.
Afraid that there have been many who have come before me and have left too soon, or that some have come before me and were cruel or inattentive.
She wipes a tear from her eye.
I've lost love as well, and I have known that there is life afterwards, and it is worth living.
I'm afraid it's not the same when it's betrayal. And she's like trying to keep it together.
I understand.
And the one who wronged your heart still walks. And she like is clearly like really, really, really shooken up that she would be basically cheated on.
Because that is what we do know what happened, right?
Yeah, exactly. That he went off on a diplomatic mission and got it on and had a kid and told her about it because that's what he thought that was the right thing to do, and she just can't handle it, and that's why she left. And so like she was super hurt by it, and she loves you. Like she thinks you're somebody that she could have loved in like the ideal way, and then she's confessing that to you, but in a way that she doesn't see that it's like possible to physically have that together.
So
Erwin, like, being romantic here is the way of bridging that gap, right?
Yeah, Erwin.
She can't see us being together. Like this is just a fantasy.
Right. Can't see it in the sense of like, you know, couldn't trust another person. Just like it's too many times for her.
Yeah, and maybe she's just rationalizing in a way, right? Like she's just saying it for her own defense from being hurt again, right? And that's where like your romance steps in, right? It's like, no, hold on, like. Let me show you this world, and I will be your protector. Like I don't know. You tell me, but like that's you know what I mean.
So
there's space
faithfulness,
she's just being defensive. Yeah,
faithfulness is an issue. It seems like that there is.
Yeah, she's afraid of being hurt again for sure.
Hurt again. I have, and so he sort of allow the silence to sit for a minute while he gives her space.
He wanted to duel and her husband.
I don't know that.
It's so wait till with Erwin.
Yeah, I mean, I did bump up my sword last time to 18. Now he'll say this. Faithfulness is important to me as well, and even in my current marriage, I have not broken that bond, despite the fact that Colin has been adamant about any sort of. He's going to be embarrassed about what happens next. Nevertheless, I take it to be a matter of pride and honor that two people should trust each other. If they should go through life together, should tie their fortunes together, then they should be able to trust each other with their lives and with their hearts. And he's going to end it with, you don't need to make a decision now. And whatever you decide, I know it will be because you have thought about it and considered it. And he'll just keep, let the signs go there, yeah.
Yeah. No, the fact that you're not pressuring her at all is like super, like she was expecting this other take and you're just surprising her. And so make a romance test.
All right. So I've got a 13 as my skill. But that's still a little low. I am, man, the last time this happened, we'll see.
Do you want to call on a passion?
I am definitely going to call on a passion. And
it sounded like you were calling on your love of family, to be honest.
It sounds like it.
On faithfulness, walking this together, less than, oh my God, your eyes are like stars or whatever.
Yeah. No, she's someone who's had 4 husbands die in battle, and then one was unfaithful. Yeah, no, she's someone to.
Sorry, she's never. This was her first marriage. She said 4 people die who were promised to her.
Let's see. Okay, so there's my love of family.
There's your plus 10.
All right, there we go. Now we're talking.
Right. So you're saying this with feeling.
Yeah.
Right? This is something you believe in the core of your bones, like, and you're so modest that you can't even like say that you.
He stumbles. Yeah.
This is totally your decision. No pressure.
Right. Stumbles over. He's like, "This is what I want. When you're ready, here I am." Kind of.
Yeah, exactly. And that's so confident. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
boom.
I think the answer is that I think the answer is that before you part, that you share a deep kiss, and then she's like, I'll go and I'll let you know. And she gives you, and like before that, she gives you one more kiss, and it's like, serve Logros proud in this battle.
I will.
And, in her thoughts now is that she's afraid she doomed you.
That thought had occurred to Jim as well. But...
Okay, cool.
But Erwin, it's far from it. He's quite pleased.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Cool. All right, cut. I think we're gonna leave the funeral then and cut to Easter, the Easter feast, right?
Nice.
Okay. So the Easter feast. I go to the game. Oh, I was muted. It's because I didn't have audio to the other screen. Sorry. We're going to Warwick. No big deal. All I was going to say is that we're going to have to go through Silchester, and the notable thing about the Duchy of Silchester is that the Duke here has let the merchants be a protected class. So merchants are basically they're not knights, but you also can't like dick them around. And there's a couple instances on the road where this sort of happens, and in Silchester territory, and people are like, "Cool it, man! Like it's a new thing." And everyone's like, "I don't like this shit. This is some bullshit." Right, but those people also have like these merchants that can buy this class are fucking so gosh darn rich. They're richer than even the Duke. They are richer. Like these are everyone in London basically, right? This is like the first like major, like mercantile big people right now, right?
All right.
They have more money. They have more money than the Earl Roderick for sure, right? Like the most rich ones. And I'm saying all of them do, but it's a new aristocracy, right? It's the burghers. It's the rising mercantile class, and this was their big flex, or their first of their many flexes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just something that happens, and they're obviously dressed in their finery because they're going to this feast too, and they don't have to fight. So that's some bullshit.
That's some. Where are they sitting?
They get. That's a good question.
Yeah.
They will be seated with the knights, I presume. The most expensive ones will be sitting at the high table. Like the ones who could pay for it can sit at the high table. I think the rest of them though are probably kind of around. They might be sitting with some of the knights. We'll see at the feast when it happens.
Yeah.
So, okay. But there is an event that I wanted to go over.
Mm-hmm.
So let me add audio to the game screen. There we go. You should be able to hear us now. That's my bad. Sorry again for the technical difficulties. Okay, this globe. This is where we're going. We're going to Warwick. There's an event that happens at this feast. The Earl is with you all. And as the feast will begin, yes, there will be a merchant sitting with you all. So we'll be having that to deal with. This feast is packed, and it's pretty big. Again, you have been. This is not necessarily the full army serving, but this is more people you ever seen in your entire life. Even more people than even the first battle at American Creek. Like you're looking at that was maybe like 3,000 people, right? Like 1,000 or maybe 1,500, like 1,000 knights and 2,000 men afoot, This is easily 2,000 knights, and this is going to be like 2,000 knights and like another like 5,000 men afoot. So just imagine all of like the VIPs here that have been showing up. So this place is absolutely packed.
Nice.
And during this big, huge audience, the Earl will talk to Erwin real quick. And maybe this happens in a flashback too, but the Earl is going to present that musical story that
it's the first time Erwin's
at this place, recalling Erwin's tale.
He's gonna just be so embarrassed.
Well, you've had a chance to read this tale. Perhaps this is on the road, right? So this could happen either through flashbacks or it's happening right now at the feast, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question here. This epic tale tells you about how all of your events over the last 5 years, how you've turned your life around, how you have been just this stellar performer, except it also attributes a lot to your faith in God. Obviously, because it's Father Tathan.
Sure.
You reading this draft and hearing it for the first time, realizing this is really good. Will you let Earl Roderick play this tale for 500 glory?
I mean, first off, this is
lose modesty and lose a bit of your pagan worldness, or even like your truthfulness as you just swallow this lie about you.
That's a good question. That's good. Okay, so let me think this through, because that's a lot of glory.
Yes, this is your solo event result, and I thought, well, you're not going to get this for free.
Sure. Yeah. Certainly not.
You do, but the problem is that the tale isn't completely accurate. It attributes that you found God, and through Jesus that you turn things around.
So this is like,
obviously, because Father Tathan helped write this. So
sure. Yeah.
Like, this is why.
Yeah. So, and he's not gonna like.
Do you eat it? Yeah. Do you eat the
I'm leaning to it, and here's my justification. So like, I've had this pagan shrine on the manor for a few years now. It gives me an automatic check to worldly, and it's never bumped it up from its initial thing. So I think it's one of those things where for Erwin, he had this couple of years of just like down in the dirt, like life is just terrible. I have to claw my way out of it. And I think now his outlook is much more like he's not spiritual or worldly in any
those dreams.
Wait.
The dreams of the third-eyed giant have you haven't had one in like
I haven't had one easily. And it's like he's been down in the dirt with like manorial improvements. He's very much like last few years it's all about the community and getting all the peasants together to help with the labor. And so I think he's probably I'm leaning towards the yes. Number one, I have another virtue at 16 so that he can still be known for something. If not modesty, but because he's still got that balance, 9 spirit versus 11 worldly doesn't suggest he's like, he still kind of does believe in this whole Christian thing too. He just
what about your trust? What about your truthfulness? Like
his truthfulness.
This isn't like your honesty. Like this isn't why, and you're willing to go with it though.
Well, honest deceit is at 10-10.
Is it artistic license? Is that how you rationalize it?
I mean, first off, why would I? I'm not going to gainsay a Father Tathan, certainly not the head of the Sarum Church. What poetic license?
He was the head of Chalderton Church first, though.
He was. What poetic license the Father takes to inspire the flock is neither here nor there. And Erwin, if in private, might say, yes, it was more complicated than that, but he's not going to be, this is a lie. He will let it stand.
Yeah, right? So Big Spoon in chat says, stories are truer than the truth.
Boom. There we go.
That sounds like your justification.
Yeah.
And that's also a great Burning Wheel belief. I'm stealing that. So that's good. But yes, exactly. Right? So you're willing to, you know what? No, you're right. This is so good. So then I think you just will lose a point of modesty.
Okay.
Right. Because this is.
Yeah. Does that drop you below 16?
It does drop me below 16 for modest.
That means it's no longer your notable trait.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, because everyone knows you for being a fucking badass of everything else, right? Or
Yeah.
you're no. I think it's the obvious thing here is that it's a ballad about your modesty, the humble.
It's literally
Humble
like
Erwin,
what
where-
Gawain
Right.
gets. It's
Yeah.
literally
Right.
what Gawain gets. It's like, oh, I'm just a mere knight. It's like, Gawain, you just like killed
Uh-huh.
like 500 Saracens or something. I don't know,
Right.
man.
I mean, I can't keep track. In a humble way.
Yeah, I lost count. I lost count. I wasn't even
keep
counting
track.
to begin with.
I don't keep.
Yeah.
I don't count to begin with in a humble way.
As an aside, there is credible evidence that Gawain is Lancelot fan fiction.
Ooh,
Nice.
interesting. Okay.
I may be getting the knights mixed up. There's one of the knights that's like, it's just Lancelot again with names changed, and people are like, we think this is just like someone wrote fan fiction about Lancelot.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, the world.
All right. So was just modest that I have to take a point off of anything?
So you're gonna lose 1
Okay.
point of modesty and gain 500 glory.
Well, that's wow.
The Earl tells the story to Uther and the rest of the court and everyone here.
Yeah. He's a little embarrassed by it, but at the same time, he also likes it.
The bards have like the pattern to the story as well, right? Like this is like a stunning story. This is basically.
Is Lady Grade there for it? Is Lady Grade there for it?
Lady's
Oh,
not
that's
for
all
it.
right. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
But everyone-
maybe better off.
But she has a pretty big role in the story.
Afterwards, after
Uh,
the song, Gareth is going to like on his way to his seat, like clap Erwin on the shoulder and be like, Erwin, I should very much like to meet the subject of this
Yeah.
poem, whoever this brilliant knight is, my friend. And like,
He was like holding like a glass of wine or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever. Cheers to that one. Yeah.
I'll introduce
So
you
good.
one day.
Yeah.
yes, that we'll hunt another bull together, see what's
Yes.
changed.
Oh my god. Yeah, the boar hunt is like obviously the peak of Act 1 of this play.
Oh yeah.
That's so
I've been
good.
completely scrubbed out of the
Right.
story.
You've been demoted to
you're
squire.
A minor role. Yeah, you're a squire. You're the squire in this story. It's really
Yeah.
it's embarrassing.
Oh.
Gareth
my
the
God.
Dotty.
And I think the story doesn't end though with whether or not you get together with your love. And so I think the big question is everyone's like, you're gonna marry her, right? You're gonna marry her.
Oh goodness.
Oh, people are shipping you now.
Yeah.
People are literally shipping you.
Well, that's for her to decide. He just
My God.
he'll try to escape eventually, I'm sure. But yes, he'll enjoy it while it lasts as well.
Yeah. No, to everyone else though, this is like it's an amazing movie, and then like the food comes out. Let's have a good time. So let's get ready to rumble at this feast here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could play a campaign of just this part of Pendragon. I don't know why I love it so much.
Me too. It's just it's kind of bogus why it's so much fun. It makes no sense, but it is. It's just drawing
It's
cards.
great.
It's true.
Appearance, right? Where you're seated.
I
think
still
real quick. I think it's fair that Erwin, if you wanted to, you could bypass this and sit high at the salt as basically after everyone talking, if somebody were like, "Come sit with us." Sit with us.
Sure. Yeah, certainly. Because
I
there's no way
unless
I'm.
you wanna test your app, right? And maybe try to boost it up.
I mean,
I
if-
feel like you were.
I think
sort of
he's gonna-
Yeah.
He'll sit high on the table because otherwise, if he's
That's
going to
true.
war, he's not going to bring a bunch of extra like fancy clothes and stuff.
Sure. You're not
Yeah.
sitting with Uther or anything like that, right? You're just sitting at like below them, being like, "Oh, I made space for you. Come on."
Yeah. Better than I've done the last few feasts.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to? That's the other thing, though. Is like, did you want to be?
No,
Oh
he'll
my
take
gosh.
the invite.
Wait. Is this the moment where you? Oh my God! So wait. We have the point in the hall where you guys were talking after that sort of like amazing story, right? And Garrett's like, "I'd like to meet them one day," and then someone's like, "Erwin, come sit with us," and is this the moment where Erwin asks like, "Can you bring a +1?" And because Garrett come with you? Does he? Or
Right.
not?
Yeah.
Would
Yeah. But you come with us.
would you ask to see if he could come? Because maybe that means Gareth wouldn't also roll ab and said, and this would just be.
I
Like,
mean, yeah. If we're there,
something.
come on, Gareth. I'll show you the night. Something like that.
Yeah. All right. So like, as long as you could bring a +1 is like what you say to them,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So then I think it's a courtesy test. Let's just do a
Let's
courtesy
do that.
test. the consequence of failure isn't that bad. But,
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, don't mind me while I just quietly test pride real quick.
Yeah. Oh, you nailed it.
Boom.
Because my pride isn't bad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too proud.
Yeah, so you're not proud about it.
I think Gareth is absolutely tickled by all of this. Like,
yeah.
it's
That's like
Gareth is on board.
Right
Yeah, it's because as far as he's known Erwin for so long, for years as this.
Yeah.
As the guy behind the guy. Like, we talked about this during character creation, where Erwin's like, I want to be the guy behind the guy.
Yeah.
And now he's being let in as a man of honor. And Gareth is just like, it's about fucking time, my friend.
Thank you.
Please have the spotlight for once.
He'll enjoy it. He'll burn that point of modesty enjoying it.
Yeah. Basically, that's what it is, right? Yeah. Make your peas, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna definitely earn a point of geniality for being near the salt. I love that. I love that so much more than just a general appearance. So it's because as you're so famous, after hearing that story, you're like, oh well, as long as my no, you don't even play down Gareth. Like well, Gareth is just as important in my life as as that's in that story. Like, you need to talk to him too. And so it works out pretty well. Yeah, love
absolutely.
It. Cool.
It's a package deal.
So, geniality, both of you. I think you're still in the 2K glory range, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. So, 2 cards, play 1.
Boom.
I missed this game.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so these are the
just
two.
drag and drop.
Yeah.
And it's control to see it up close.
Z. Just
Z. I'm so good at this.
Okay, so I got an indulgent, more drink.
So did I.
Okay.
Okay.
Easter.
Oh, this makes sense. I mean, you know how many freaking gosh darn toasts you have to do when you're known by people?
But the other one is young braggarts.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
And I'd have to test pride.
Okay. Yeah. Which ones will it be? That's good.
Let's see what more drink says. I didn't. Indulgent 16. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I know I'd roll indulgent.
The table 2 is actually a handout here.
Okay.
That's basically if you get drunk and stuff.
Oh, the drink and drinks.
That's when you get like bonuses to certain traits
Gotcha.
and rolls, but also penalties to others.
My pride is not great.
Mm-mm.
So from a sort of game perspective, I'm thinking more about more drink. And this is going to follow, I think, and fictionally, I think it also makes more sense because, indulgent all players. So if I play it, we all have to do the drink. Yeah, that works. Okay. I think Gareth he's like, if he's going to be the hype man, he's going to be the hype man. He's bringing the drinks out. And it's like, oh, yes, you've got the spotlight. Now, do you want the cognac, the brandy, or all the wine?
Yes.
Do it.
I'll take the brandy.
All right. So we both test indulgent.
Yeah, every player character has to do it.
My indulgent is not high. My guy's not a drinker.
So the part that says mandatory is that if your indulgent was 16 plus, you would have to play that card.
Okay. I failed my indulgent, so I think that
hold on a
means.
There might be modifiers to this.
Okay.
Who is drinking wine?
I think wine is a safe bet for.
Yeah, whatever they're serving.
It's definitely wine.
Yeah, I have wine.
Okay, you could have access to like mead or something else.
Yeah,
I mean,
something maybe not as potent or easy to drink.
I think Gareth is thinking back to the wine he had with Sigarius.
Mm-hmm.
Good rum and stuff.
I mean, it is Easter,
Yeah.
but if we could have it a little watered down, that would be,
Yes, of
We
course.
gotta keep
I'll
going.
water
We
it
gotta
down
fight
for
later.
you, Gareth lies.
Yeah. I mean, that's what he asks for.
Yeah.
Now, what happens?
Yeah. I was gonna say, the friends who say that they promise to water it down are not going to water it down for you because they love you.
Mm-hmm. Please.
They think they're doing, yeah.
All right, so there we go.
So,
Okay.
Any modifiers to roll then?
yeah, that's why you get a +5 to this indulgent test.
Ah.
So that means I rolled a 9?
Your indulgent threshold.
Okay, I still
Your
failed.
score goes up by 5.
Or should I re-roll that? I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking at.
Okay, so what happens is you're testing your indulgence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your
Yes,
indulgence
which is
score,
currently
your
7.
trait value, gets
Goes
modified by 5.
Up by 5. Okay. The 12, so 14 is still a failure.
So you rolled
Okay.
over. But
I rolled under.
This is perfect. Yeah, no, this is
I
classic,
rolled under.
Right? So Gareth, you're holding yourself, being the guy, just here, just chuckling, taking this all in. Erwin, you get drunk.
He finally gets up on the good
He gets
table.
drunk. Nice.
You finally, you are getting drunk.
Oh yeah.
There's that moment of after like the 6th cheer, you're like, you feel in the head, you're like, oh no, I drank too much, and this, you're like, fine. So you get +5 to flirting, orate, lustful, reckless, indulgent, and valorous, and you get -5 to everything else.
I think we get an up down where it's like a toast, and Erwin stands up and has to sit right back down real quick.
Mm-hmm. No, this is everybody's just there. Everybody's getting him drunk. Oh yeah, we watered it down. It's fine. Yeah, this tastes really strong.
People have just been refilling your cup when you haven't been noticing, right?
Right. He's having a great time.
People, it's Gareth.
Yeah.
You're having a great time. Like I want to be clear that like the entire feast here isn't just all about Erwin. It's just there's a small little pocket about this stuff. Like obviously Uther and people are here.
Oh, it's about Easter.
That's going on. Yeah, it's
it's
about Easter. It's about Easter. Sorry, leave room for Jesus, I guess. He rose or something.
Right.
But
but he'll enjoy himself, especially given the way feasts have gone for him up until now. He's thoroughly All right, so he's drunk. In this and so my card is let's see, I got a more drink as well, and I got this one gossip, which I can make an intrigue, which is not good. Hold on,
especially how drunk
you overhear some interesting conversation.
Yeah,
which makes sense. I mean, you're around so many people.
Yeah,
that's the one that Gareth wants.
yeah, exactly. This would be great. So yeah, that would be I get a -5.
Yep.
And let's see.
Or you could just get more drunk.
That's true. I could, and then I get my +5 to indulgent.
You could test getting past. You could pass out. You could literally pass out.
I don't know that I want to pass. I think he will. I think I'm going to do the intrigue one. All right. So I've got a 2. This is what? Do I even need to roll, or is it an automatic failure?
No, you have to roll. It's a 2.
All right. Okay.
So wait, it's a minus. So you're saying
it's going to be a -5. Like if I'm taking a -5 penalty.
3, right? So
yeah.
No, you're taking. Okay. Yeah, just roll it.
All right.
Just roll -5. Yeah. Okay, you failed.
That would have been.
It still would have been failed.
That's true. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's a fail. Okay. Let's read this card. Gossip.
Yeah, so
you keep this card, you would gain 10 to anyone's skill roll and then discard this card. However, you misheard something and you repeated it as the truth. Discard this card immediately and gain -2 geniality. So you're actually in the hole for geniality.
I'm in the hole for 1, yeah.
Right. So you misheard something and you repeated it to somebody.
Yeah.
Loudly.
He doesn't know how to play this game, Yeah. Did you hear?
And everyone knows you're drunk now.
Yeah.
It's less... Yeah, it's less that you said something that you shouldn't have said. It's more that like, oh, this dude's a little sloppy.
Sure. Look at this guy.
So you don't have geniality anymore.
Am I indebted?
Yeah, you're indebted around geniality.
Right.
Guess what? This feast is going on for a while. So
I bet.
Gear up for round 2, everybody.
Yeah.
Strong.
All right.
I forget that there's like whole other things we can do other than draw cards.
Right. That is definitely a thing.
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, but what? Yeah. Like,
like what you can do.
Yeah,
I know you can
gossip,
play
indulge,
games,
You
flirt.
can draw
gossip.
cards. You can gossip. You can indulge. You can flirt, and you can game.
I am almost always going to be drawing cards. I
Yeah,
love
they
the
seem
The
like
cards,
cards.
though, are so
they're
much
too
fun.
fun.
It's really why you want to do it, right?
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We've got pagan gift.
Interesting.
That would be good if I had younger kids. People skills. Several landed knights talk of lands and serfs, then ask your opinion. Oh, folklore. Oh, no.
It's too bad. I would love that one.
Yeah.
When you're drunk.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, no. Wait. All right. I think I know mine. Like, one of them is tipsy, and this is going to be bad. I don't even want to risk this one, and I don't have to take it. I'm thinking a faux pas is the one I'm going to play. Merciful versus cruel.
If it has the number in the top left corner, that means I get that geniality when I play the card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point.
Okay. In that case, I know what I'm going to choose then. I'm going to choose the people skills.
Okay.
Because my folk is not great, but I get 1 geniality anyway, and I think it's him.
You're 2 geniality, which gives you 2 to certain tests.
Yeah, I don't think that applies to folklore, though.
No, probably not.
That's a fail on folklore. So basically, the only thing that happens is I get a geniality out of this.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, word spreads the commerce of your considered ways. You would lose 1 income if you fumbled it. So instead, you just kind of shrug off. What was this about?
Yeah. Oh God. Someone overheard me mentioning that my wise woman died, and I was like, and to be honest, it's been quite a hassle having to adjudicate all this left and right. I usually leave that to the old crones and hags of the world. There's the polite laughter, and someone's like, "Wait, what do you know about like crones and hags?" And he's like, oh, yeah. Lots over in Winterbourne Gunnet. You have to, really. In the very
They're
worldly
Everywhere.
parsnips are the thing. Keep them at your doorstep. Or bury it near the doorstep is what I've heard. And in the morning, any morning, just choose a morning, and take it back out. And if it's turned black, there might be a hag nearby. There you go. Good on you.
Oh my god.
Yes.
There's some, and someone's like, "What?"
Amazing. That is. I've read that on Wikipedia page for sure.
Boom.
I have seen many crones in my day.
All right, so I'm just taking merciful versus cruel. Let's see.
Doing a faux pas?
Yeah, faux pas. I notice a guest about to take a seat above their station.
Okay.
If merciful wins, I gain 2 points of geniality and a check to merciful. If cruelty wins, I laugh at the other's expense, gaining 1 geniality and a check to cruel.
Okay. So this person makes the mistake.
Yeah,
Regardless.
it's the person makes the mistake, then my reaction. So
you're picking
That's cool.
such good cards for Gareth to like reflect on how he would have done it differently.
Right?
Yeah. So 10, I've got merciful and cruel both at 10, but they are at -5 because they're not flirting or lustful, reckless, etc. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
You can invoke a passion. We know how good you like passions at feasts.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see.
Yeah.
He's around new friends. All right. So wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Wow.
You succeeded.
That's all right. Let's see if
So before we move on from this, yeah. So you win, right? You get.
I have to roll both
geniality.
merciful and cruelty
yeah,
at the same time.
Right.
But yes. No, merciful does not
Oh
win.
no! It's the bad ending.
So here's what merciful. So we've got. How does this work then? All right.
So cruel won.
Cruel wins because I rolled under it but failed merciful.
Yeah, you succeeded. You're cruel and failed merciful.
All right. He laughs. These new friends of his, really bad influence.
They're such a bad influence.
But it pays off my geniality debt. And
Gareth is going to keep coming by Erwin and be just like that voice in his ear every once in a while. I think after Erwin laughs at this guy, I think Gareth passes by and is like, don't they all seem so small on the lower table? And
I never noticed it before. You're right.
No.
I never noticed it before.
So this is you have not seen Erwin. I don't think you've ever seen Erwin this drunk and like different, right?
This is a different Erwin. This is
It
a
really
different
is.
man.
Is this the Erwin of the story?
Ooh.
Oh, is he living up to his own story?
Or trying to?
Maybe, yeah. I can see that. He's living it up.
Yeah.
You know, on the way to battle, Easter feast. Yeah. And besides, if he's doomed, then everybody's going to remember him for this feast.
I don't think you're that drunk yet till you're when you're in the doomed.
Right.
I think that's coming.
Yes.
Oh, is my mic different? Hold on, maybe that's what's going on.
Maybe it was a different mic? Oh my god.
Was it just your...
It was looking at a different mic.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it was using the wrong microphone.
The whole time?
Yeah. I just killed everyone's ears.
Was inside
I just killed everyone's ears. Stand by. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I literally killed everyone. I'm so sorry, everybody. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. This should be much better now.
Yeah, it even sounds better on this end.
So again, don't trust whatever default says.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, that's what was going on. I'm so glad you said something, chat. Yeah, old mighty friendly gamer. You're like, are you on a condenser mic? Are you on a notebook mic? I was probably using my webcam or something. Well, I probably just murdered everyone's ears because I just totally peaked and crashed everything. Sorry about that, everybody. We have 2 more rounds of this feast. This is a big feast.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much what we're doing tonight. All right.
Yeah, no, this is good. Do I do something?
All right,
other
turn it
than
up.
Draw cards. No.
Like the
More
geniality.
Cards.
Erwin, where are you at with geniality?
Well, after the
You're at
I'm
debt
at
now,
0.
right?
I'm at 0. Yeah.
Oh, you're at 0 now. Because you just
Well,
got out of debt.
I would collect 1 this round, the 3rd round of the feast.
Check.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And now Garrett's at 3 now, right?
Yeah.
Not including your card. Just
correct.
you're at. This is the 3rd round of the feast, so you should
This
have
is
3.
the 3rd round, so I'm at 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Time to share.
All right. Let me see.
Every game is a conversation over food.
His gaming sucks. All of it. Yeah. Let's just draw other cards. He's not built for feasts.
Oh my gosh.
Nope.
Yes.
Did you
Yes.
finally get one?
Time to share. Suddenly your affairs seem inconsequential and you want your friends to enjoy themselves. Keep this card. Whenever you draw a card during this feast, you may give it to another player. For every card given away, +1 geniality. I am going to be funneling cards at you, Jim.
Oh my god.
I have the next 2 rounds are dedicated to Erwin now.
But this is so good because you're just giving all of the experiences you can to this hero. Oh my god.
I'm like, let's see where this goes. Yeah.
This is so
Perfect.
good.
Ooh,
Yep.
Oh, this one should really be Gareth's. Sage advice. The host seeks your counsel about some problems with another knight or lord.
Intrigue.
Intrigue. Oh, God.
Wait. You have to play that one. It has the host symbol.
Yeah.
It does have the host symbol. Okay.
Which
I
means you have
play
to do
this
the
one.
host ones.
Ooh. All right.
Incredible.
So, yeah. Okay. So somebody clearly... And who's the host of Warwick?
Oh, good question.
Who's our host today?
The court is held in Warwick. The host, Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, Uther. I mean, Uther trumps the host.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we're in. You're surrounded by a bunch of people. Yeah, I honestly I wouldn't know.
Gotcha.
It would be the Duke of Warwick, and I don't think they're named offhand. Okay.
Richard
do you want
Neville?
do you want it to be? You want to be? So I'll give you an option. It could be Uther. It could be Uther himself. And have a chance with Uther. It could be Duke Gorlois. It could be the Duke of Lindsey. It could be Duke Ulfius of Silchester. I'll let you, because I don't have this prepared, or it could be the Duke of Renesis.
Mm-hmm. I like Uther. I'd take a
you want to take a shot at Uther?
encounter with the king. Yeah.
Sage advice for Uther?
Yeah, certainly.
Of course, because you're the hero of the story that people keep telling him about this gosh darn feast. So he wants to hear it. Tell me your wisdom.
To intrigue.
You have a chance. This will earn you extra glory, right? Because
It certainly would.
Here.
Yeah.
Uther's gonna remember you.
He would. So I would like to call. Oh man, passion at a feast. I don't see how I can't mess up and shame my lord in front of the king, right? Like I represent not just myself, but the Earl, and what I do reflects on that. I'd like to call on my loyalty as a passion in this encounter.
All right. Well, hold on a second. Let's contextualize this then, right? So, the host seeks your counsel about some problems with another knight or lord. So I think this is probably. Let's just say what it is. Let's talk about it like it's about Duke Gorlois. Would you have done something differently?
Like in terms of
he was a little shitbird who never came to muster for like 4 years.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Cornwall.
And has the most stunningly hot wife ever. But that's not here.
Yeah, yes. I think that Uther would he's not going to gainsay the decision, but he is going to maybe she's going to try in his
No, I'm sorry, real quick. Jim, let me no. I'm going to
back us up
on that.
Let's back us up. Yeah.
It's about the merchants. He's like, what? Yeah. He's asking what the fuck's up with this merchant shit. Where are these people?
Who do they think they are?
Yeah, like why do they have so much money? What's going on?
Yeah, like, he's
they don't fight. They don't serve. What are they doing? Getting a status? Are they a priest?
What are they here for? No.
Yeah. I mean, what are they doing?
Bankrolling us? Are they bankrolling the expedition?
I mean, I don't think you shouldn't say that out loud.
No, he's not going to. No.
But it's possible that, I think a lot of this money is going to them. Yeah, for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. But I was asking, is this something that that other places should adopt? Like, that kind of thing, right?
Maybe perhaps not every place. And he's going to kind of give not a wishy-washy answer, but an answer of like, it seems as though, where they are amassed, giving them some sort of
Well, hold on, Jim, if you're giving a wishy-washy answer,
I said I don't want to give one.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's not calling on what your lord.
No,
like if you call on your love of Lord, you're answering this. What would Earl Roderick do?
Yeah, right. And I think like the merchants don't have a particularly strong presence in Sarum.
No, because Sarum's really poor compared to like Silchester.
Yeah, so I think like the answer that Erwin's going to give is it makes sense for Silchester because there are so many of them there, and if they didn't, then perhaps it could become a problem for the Earl. But it is not a blanket policy that we should all adopt. Let them have their city, but we all know where the real might lies in the realm.
That's a great answer. Feel free to call on that passion.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
That's a really good answer.
Yeah. So am I at -5 to this roll?
No.
Okay.
Not for passions.
All right.
Cool.
Boom.
All
right.
Yeah.
There we got the loyalty.
Channeling the Earl.
Yes. All right. So I'm now at, let's see, so intrigue is not one of my drunk skills.
Yeah.
So it's basically be a net +5.
Net +5, correct.
Yeah. We're just hoping. Just hoping I don't fumble this one. Oh,
you crit it? You just crit it?
I just crit it.
You just critted.
Crit this one.
You just
Holy
crit
shit.
your sage advice. That's how good your answer was.
Oh my god. So I get 10 glory, an additional 10 glory.
Oh my god. Uther absolutely will count on you in the future shit. He's like,
Oh my god.
he just does that fucking Weebay gif of like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And he's like, of course.
Just in his moment.
Of course you're brilliant. Of
Please.
course you are just as the stories tell. You are just as wise as you are proficient with a sword. Let me shake your hand.
He's gonna,
Drink the
Erwin.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and he gets it. And you're gonna earn 50 glory for sure.
oh yeah. Oh wow.
For
Let's do this.
giving Uther the best advice and looking stunning at it. Absolutely.
It's like the pen.
So yeah, that's he's gonna like I don't know if he's gonna like make a scene out of it, but at some point he'll catch Gareth's eye and just like this is beyond anything he's ever. It's like he entered into another world coming this far north.
Yeah. Considering you failed your passions, you've passioned and then failed the skill check anyways. In feasts, like you've seen the worst, and now you're at the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gareth, as is just passing, just
Amazing.
pinches him.
Oh, that's so good. And you gain
Oh,
2.
yeah.
So you had a critical success. The host is fascinated by your insights, so you get an additional 10 glory.
Okay.
So you actually gain 60 total.
60.
Because
And
look,
then
I'm giving you the 50 because it was Uther,
Sure.
right? And like, if this would have went bad, it would have had a totally different story. This would have had a
it would've
totally
been-
different
yeah.
narrative.
it would have been
Right.
terrible. It would have been terrible.
Yeah, this would have been a completely different story.
Worth the risk.
Plus, you get the 2 geniality for the card as well at the
For
end.
the card and the success. So that bumps me. Nice. This
Amazing.
is
I think you just caught up in one
yeah.
go.
look at him just zip right past.
Crushing it.
Yeah, he's having a great time.
Awesome.
Feeling
Okay.
great about this battle.
This game is so good. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
All right.
not to be that guy, Eric, but did you roll to see what the dishes were for this feast?
Oh no, I didn't roll the dishes. Jesus.
This
I got
is-
so
we gotta
excited
know
about
what we're
this
eating.
feast. Fat capon?
Yeah, it's like
Fucking trice and glazed eggs. That sounds like good stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. A capon's like a male chicken, like not
Okay.
a rooster, I think.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I don't
It's
know
a
what
bird.
a cock and
Bird.
yeah, I don't know what a cockatrice is, but that sounds like a D&D monster I'm about to put in my dungeon.
Yeah.
No, that's literally what it is. I thought so. A cockatrice is when they take the upper half of like a pig and they sew it to the lower half of
Like a turducken?
or cap. Or yeah. So they literally make like that was the thing they did.
It's a cycling pig. It's a cycling pig and a turkey to go combined.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have it animated by necromancy.
Yeah. Yeah, so imagine a baby pig front and like a chicken in the back.
That's awesome. I
Party in
love
the front,
medieval
chicken in
food.
the
I just
back.
love it. Let's bake live birds
Look.
into things.
Man,
and-
Yeah,
when
the-
you don't
The
you don't
medieval
have
times.
Twitter, you
yeah.
come up with wild shit to eat.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
God.
That's awesome. Cockatrice. All right.
God. That's so weird. Yeah, right? Everyone loves like surprising you and like gotchas. That's why like birds are in cakes and stuff. Like surprise.
All right.
It's all about just goofs. Like, oh, you thought it was one thing, but it's this other thing.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's say 2 more rounds. It's a 5-round feast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the banger.
Oh God, there are pictures of it.
Can you make an energetic test for me, Erwin?
Yeah,
You've been drinking for a while.
he certainly has. All right. He crits that.
Are you for real?
Yes.
Okay, just don't even bother. You're here all night. You're good to go.
He's just good to go.
You
Like,
found the groove.
You have
I
found
just gotta
that
get
elusive...
out of. I just gotta get out of Salisbury. That's what.
You found that elusive moment, right? Like that you're riding that lightning.
Yeah.
All right.
He'll live it.
This is genuinely, like, I'm not sure about your life, but this might be one of the best nights of your entire life. Like,
Easily.
Yeah,
easily.
Oh no.
You're gonna die in battle for sure next session. You're gonna fucking get decapitated. You know it.
It's gonna happen right out like a blaze of. That's fine. He will go out with a ton of glory.
Yeah, this is incredible. How Erwin got his groove back.
Yes.
Thank you, Sir Geralt.
Oh my god, I think I need to.
Oh my god, that's so good. All right, let's talk about this next round of cards. This is round 4.
4, yeah.
Round 4.
Get another geniality on the page.
Yeah.
I am so sorry, Jim. The two that I drew. One is
one is more.
I mean, with you rolling, maybe you can help the dude who starts choking on a piece of food. But the other option I'm also tempted is more drink.
Yeah.
I will give you. Because you're energetic. Not to push it one way or another, but like he has no sense of tiring down.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna do more drink, and I'm gonna do that. So technically, what I'm doing is I'm giving more drink to Jim, and then I can get a geniality.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I think I'm just being Grima Wormtongue. I'm just
toast.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just go. I step over and go, Owen. Do you think it's time for another drink? Do you think that beautiful baritone of yours could ring out in this hall for another round of drink? Is that what you think, Owen?
Certainly. Yeah. We just got started, and he's
Owen. The baritone. Deep-throated.
Yes.
Let the whole hall hear it.
Yeah, he's gonna stand up, and we have some more of the wine over here. He's just gonna like lose it, I'm sure. Yeah, he'll call for more drink. Otherwise, yeah, that's the one I'll play. Let's see how far this goes.
All right. So more wine. So that's a +5 to your indulgent tests. I'm giving you a -5 to your indulgent because you succeeded at your energetic so much that you're just like, so it's just straight dice for your indulgence.
Yeah. But then I also get a +5 to indulgent for the already being tipsy.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So we're actually getting another
okay, so we're
+5
adding that.
Okay.
Here we go. All right.
I'm still dead sober.
Oh my god. +5.
God.
There's going to be a very drunk dog that was sleeping underneath Gareth's part of the table.
This one. Yes, we fails this one.
I don't know how you feel about this, Gareth, if this was a different card and maybe not much, but it's like, is it every so often you get a sip, but just everyone's so like trying to crowd around Erwin that like your drink just keeps getting knocked out of your hand. You're like, God damn it, there's only a little bit left. And like, that's why you haven't gotten drunk.
Yeah. But again, Gareth is loving this. Yeah. Right. He just at this point he just has it refilled and waits for someone to knock it out of, or someone to like grab it and give it to Erwin.
It's part of the excuse for the next round of drinks for the next feast, right? It's like that's the precipitory event.
I just keep asking Erwin. I'm like, Owen, have you seen my goblet?
No.
Oh, that's something I'm not sure I mentioned it enough, but everybody has their own goblet. That's a thing in the medieval times. You brought your house goblet, because you didn't want to use the house because it might have been like coated with poison. Yeah. But the other thing is that also it's a flex.
Yeah.
Right. It's your cup.
He's got his cup. He's got his spoon.
Yeah. You bring your own cutlery. Yeah. Also, people were too poor, but yeah.
So I failed my indulgent roll.
Yeah, cupbearers.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's my card.
You're all fine. All right.
Yeah. He has a sip or two, but I guess he's not. He's having more fun with the people.
Yeah.
All right.
You're at that weird line where you drank too much again, but you're also not feeling it, and you're like, uh oh.
This is gonna be bad later.
Yeah. Where this is just fine. Oh, this is so good.
Give me some.
I can't believe you got another more drink card. That's so good.
That's great. All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's my card.
You have. Oh, so you played more drink.
I played one drink. Yeah,
Okay.
one more drink because none of it's not mandatory for any of us.
No.
But I played it.
Yeah. You graciously gave away that card. Did you want to play something?
No, I don't have another card to play, I think.
Oh, you're just gonna hold on. You're holding on to time to share. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then one more round.
All right, now I'm gonna do something other than JK. I'm drawing cards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Personal valet. I don't even know what half these cards say.
Yeah. Personal valet is. I guess if I guess I run into someone who. It's like, you need new digs.
A knight says he hired a personal valet, but sadly he cannot afford the boy any longer. You may hire the boy as a valet. The valet has a fashion skill of 2d6 plus 4. As long as he's in your employ, you may substitute his fashion skill for your own.
Okay, so I got one that I think it's gonna get fucky a little bit. So,
Okay.
I have time to share right now. I'm holding on to that, but I just drew one that's called Glory Hound. If you drew more than one card, which I did, you must discard all other cards you drew. So I'd get rid of the other card I drew.
You can keep other keeper cards you already have in play.
Okay.
That's what time to share is.
Okay.
That's a keeper card. That's what the grip thing is. The gauntlet.
But then if I gave this to Jim, he would then look at my cards and choose one to play for himself, but I wouldn't have any.
Seems fucked up. Do you just want to draw a different card?
Yeah.
Just do that.
I just did.
It's not really.
That seems like
really
it's very much that seems like an edge case.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're just in a weird edge case scenario.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
All right. There you go, Jim. New friends.
New friends.
Of course. It's like the end of the night and you've just been drinking with these people all night.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know who the people you are that you're drinking with. Obviously, one of them was a merchant, right? Like one of them was a merchant from Silchester, so probably like someone straight out of Londinium.
Yeah.
Another one is again, like this is from people all around, all the different kingdoms, everyone under Uther, right? So you're not even
I don't even know these people yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh wow. Okay. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that. My new friend's much better than the valet. Yeah. I'll play new friends.
A knight asks to be introduced to your friends. He is alone and seeks good company. Okay.
Yeah, I will keep this card.
Yeah. I think
yeah.
Gareth just quietly sees like some knight standing off and it's just like kind of bumps him into Erwin, and Erwin takes it from there.
Of course, because you gave him this card. Like you set him up. Oh, that's so good.
Come on, yeah.
Having bumped my intrigue last year makes so much more sense. Gareth is getting good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, look at you. Gwelligid. So Sir Gwelligid is the name of the knight.
White-legged.
Gwelligid. And yeah. Sweet.
GW.
New friends.
YLEGD. Oh yeah. He's a roll a d20 for me.
Who? Me or
Jim.
Let's see, we got 7.
Oh, okay. So he's just a regular bachelor knight. That's why he doesn't have that many connections. I'll figure out more about him later. But
Sure.
so you have a friend.
I'll add him to my list.
Cool. All right, and then that would end the feast for tonight.
Sweet.
Right, as the last card, as the feast finally winds down.
Nice.
God,
Great feast.
Yeah, it's
7
not-
geniality.
It's not quite dawn, but it's getting up there. Each of your genialities are worth 10 glory.
Yeah, it is.
Sweet. All right, so I lost.
That's an epic feast.
These are the 3 that I got from the turns, not from that one.
Yeah, the coins are the
Second
turns. Keep the cards that you play, and if they have
Yeah.
any points associated with them, then they get tallied with the coins.
Yeah, I got 4 from a card. I don't. Where it went.
Sage advice.
Sage advice. Yes, the sage advice card.
Oh, that's so that
That's
was
great.
So
Oh
good.
man, so lucky.
So I think at the end of this card, you get at the end of this feast, because you held on to it and you played it. You get a gift worth a librum.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the gift is yet. Do you have any ideas?
I'll think about it, but
What
I
if-
can't really.
What if he gave him his goblet? He was so grateful for the new friend. Was so grateful for the introductions. He was like, "Look, like, you know what? You've gotten me sauce with your friends. Here's my goblet." And now whatever.
Yeah. No, it's the thing is that actually, like, he went to bed and stuff. Like, they rolled out everything like that, and he just was so drunk that he forgot about his goblet. And then the next morning or whatever, you're like, hey man, because like that's where you sleep. Like everyone sleeps after you take the tables out of there, and everyone just kind of sleeps. And you're like, hey man, like your goblet. It's like, oh dude, I had such a good time, and you let me introduce so many people. Keep it.
Right.
As a token of our friendship. Tell you what,
Absolutely.
take me. You were talking so much about this Cholderton, and that play was so fantastic. I would love to visit sometime.
Anytime.
If ever our callings, if we ever meet again, I'll come get it from you at that point, right?
Yeah. Just be fine. We'll keep it safe.
Yeah. Keep it secret. Cool.
Throw it in a fire.
It's quite cool. So all right. That's a quite cool scene.
That was.
Awesome. Good feast. All right.
Good feast.
Then I think that's probably where we'll wrap up for today, rather than
Awesome.
jumping. I don't think we're gonna get into a battle in 8 minutes.
No.
Probably
No,
not.
it deserves a big.
Yeah.
Sounds like this one's gonna be a doozy.
Yeah. This is gonna be Book of Battle. So expect an hour of combats.
Sweet.
So we're gonna brush off that from
Hour of
sessions again.
combat, as if Gareth's not gonna get his chest stove
Right.
in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I love how chat's also like, yeah, this is definitely the battle where you're gonna die, Jim.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's built that way.
It's so much, but yeah, it's built into it. He's gonna just happily march towards his fate.
and
let,
I've been waiting to drop Sir Frayed in here to being like, what are you doing talking to my wife?
Yeah.
And like you just been rolling so exceptionally well that I just didn't want to interrupt your flow. Like I wanted to give it to you.
Listen, Roll20 has been very kind to me like the last 3 or 4 times I've played. I had like 6 crits the last time I played D&D.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Do we get
Because
the
you weren't playing
camera-
Pendragon where you got all those fumbles.
Yes.
Does the camera get like a Kubrick stare from Frayed across the room?
Ooh.
Like slow
Sipping.
dolly shot in
Yeah.
on his dead, lifeless eyes?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's helping. I don't know. What would Sir Frayed be doing? What would be like a classic kind act to do in the morning for somebody? It's like helping an old lady cross the street, staring daggers at you, something like that, right?
Yeah.
God, that's so good. What a game.
I love it.
What a game!
Can we just real quick? Can you give me a tallies of how much glory you all earned today?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It was a lot. I just wanted.
I only earned 120, 50 for the raids and 70 for the feast at Warwick.
Sure.
Between the critical on the sage advice, the song, and the geniality, I earned 630, which I was at 2498. So that comfortably when we end this year, I guess that'll put me above 3K.
I just caught up with you, Jim.
I know.
Look, I did my prep, and that was my solo adventure was someone writes a story about you for 500 glory, and I was
Oh
like,
my
well, this
God,
is what this
that's
has
awesome.
to be.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Erwin deserves it after the ringer
Oh
he
my
got
God.
put through.
Yeah. So that was pretty freaking awesome.
Fortune's
Yes.
always rising and falling in Logris, right?
Always,
Yeah,
yes.
always.
But Erwin is now more than even without this, he's more than doubled his father's glory that his father, had earned. So
Yeah.
is somewhere in his there's a part of me that sort of feels like Erwin has, even at such a young age, he feels like he's accomplished what he wanted to when they made that vow, and so like in his mind, it's all gravy afterwards. Like his ambitions were so not like low, but they were not as lofty as Garrett's, right? It's like, shit, I got it done.
Garrett's like, I'm gonna be Earl one day. Fuck it, you know?
Yeah. Like, I just want a stable house, good crops.
Then you lost 6 fields.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. That's awesome. Love it.
That's so good. This game is great. I'm so happy to play it.
I missed
with
it.
you two.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
It's such a different game, and it's so good. And I'm so glad that I have so many awesome people who like to tune in and watch this along the way. I've heard from a few people that this show, and particularly this game, has inspired them to start running their own Pendragon games.
Do it.
And I think that's super cool. Like Big Spoon, I think that is just absolutely amazing. And I know Sir Carol is here thinking about it and wanting to jump in. And yeah, Pendragon is it's an absolute delight. It has just been.
It is.
I can't say enough about it. It's by far my favorite system now. It's just
the late great Greg Stafford created something with remarkable elegance.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so clunky, but it's also so elegant in its own way.
Yeah.
Elegant doesn't have to mean fast. This is like the stately ballet of like this is not beautiful zooming fast cars. This is a
work.
yacht gently bobbing its way across the bay.
Yeah. It
It
takes
is.
work.
It's a beautiful time. It's a Rolls Royce. Yeah. It's stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do some outros here. Let's go with Jim. Announcements.
Yeah, and wow. So I am Jim Davis, WebDM. We're over on YouTube making videos about D&D, other tabletop RPGs. Announcements. Gosh, I'm in one of those, like, there's a lot I would love to talk about, but can't phases of doing this thing. So I don't know. Stay tuned later some other time. I don't know. Like, whatever. But yeah. Love the game. It's just like what emerges from play, and then like our own, just whatever's going on up here in our brains, just like create something that is, love this game. Yeah. I'll stop. Colin, what do you got?
Hi, I'm Colin Vulcanet. I am one half of the Phantom Roll Booth. That is a creative firm of me and my partner. We do RPG and RPG adjacent stuff. Right now, I think this is my only game. So like someone run a Star Wars campaign for me or some shit. I don't know. Put me on your show.
That's what I want to do. I would love to do an Age of Rebellion game.
Yeah, Eric, I can't play every single game with you though. That's
yeah. Well, no. What I really want to do is a Wrath and Glory game where everyone's a crew member of a Lehman Russ tank, and just do like Wrath and Fury,
like the Beast.
You're just all in a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm one of these days. I'm gonna run Star Wars Top Gun. I have that chambered. I might do that. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, I'm into it.
Yep. Awesome. So that's me.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. So anyways, everybody, I'm Eric. I'm EricVulgaris. This is where I stream. Right now, the only games on my channel is Pendragon, but you can catch me on other channels. On Wednesdays, I play D&D at the Sunfall Cycle on Jesse Cox's channel, and you can catch me running Blaze in the Dark, Dogs in Duskfall on the Bubbernauts channel on Thursdays, where we're doing like a really like hardcore version of Blades, where you're really like tier 0 street urchins trying to build yourself up in this world, and it's super fun. That game has been marvelous as well. So I'm truly I really appreciate while I don't have a huge quantity of games, the quality of the games I'm in right now are just another level than what I'm at normally. And so other than that, besides a Wrath and Glory or like some kind of like Top Gun Star Wars game, You can catch me. I'm going to be starting in a BattleTech Pendragon-y game called Oath of Endosteel, where that's really what I always wanted, and I've been working on a game of that on my own. And my friend AP's volunteered to run just basically BattleTech as is, BattleTech with the Destiny rules and the tabletop, and doing that kind of stuff, and doing Pendragon E, where you're all houses with your legacy mechs, and it's like, yeah, this is I have a thing, okay? I have a brand.
No.
Right. So anyways, that's it. You can catch me later tonight. I'm gonna be over on Margaret Crone's channel, where I play Wrath and Glory, where I'm just a lowly little Cadian commando with a knife named Gildo Stern.
Nice.
So anyways, catch me there. Other than that, thank you all so much. Take care, everybody. We're out of here. Good night.